Alright, everything went well in the video. So moving on to all the new stuff here and expanding on what we did from number 3 into number 1 today. So looking at this, right here, that is what you were working on with number 3 from last time. The only difference is you had that quarter note right here. So it basically, we were doing that eighth note, quarter note thing, but then we stopped when we got to beat number 4. Well, in this one, we are going to continue that pattern the entire time. So the pattern can go across 3 bars and then it'll start again. So we have this way of looking at the rhythm and this way of looking at the same rhythm. So again, mathematically the same, just like we've looked at some other stuff already. So you got your eighth note, quarter note. So eighth note tied to an eighth note is a quarter note long. Eighth note, quarter note, eighth note, quarter note, eighth quarter, eight quarter, eight quarter, eight quarter, eight quarter, and then down here, eight quarter, eight quarter, eight quarter, whoops, eight quarter, eight quarter, eight quarter, eight quarter, eight quarter. So down here it's just easier to see eight quarter over and over again. And then up here it's easier to see where all the downbeats and upbeats are. So when you're strumming this, you're always going to flip between down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down the entire time. Now, a way you can simplify counting this is not counting to 4, even though we're in a 4/4 time signature. And if this idea ends up being, or at least if this rhythm and chord progression end up being a big pain in the butt this week, that's okay. I have another thing we can do to ease into it, but let's at least try it. I think it'll go okay going off of what you've shown me so far. Basically, instead of counting it like 1 and 3, 4 and 2, 3 and 1, 2 and 4, 1 and 3, 4 and 2, 3 and 1, 2 and 4. You could do that. That's totally fine. But you can simplify the count and just go 1 and 3, 1 and 3, 1 and 3, 1 and 3. The reason why is because every 1, 2, 3 beats, that pattern begins again. So there it is again, and again, and again. So this happens 1, 2, 3, 4 times, and then starts over again. So this is basically a polymeter. That means you have two time signatures happening in the same thing. So we have the 4/4 time signature, and the chords change each new bar. But technically, we also have a 3/4 time signature because of how the rhythmic pattern is laid out. So I'm going to count. I'll count off 4, so you know when I'm going to start. But then I'm just going to count it as if it was in the 3/4 time signature. You just got to be careful of where or when you change the chords. Just got to do it in the right spot. So here we go. Number 1, 60 beats per minute. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 and 3, 1 and 3, 1 and 3, 1 and 3, 1 and 3. Under 20, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 and 3, 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 180 coming up. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 and 3. 240. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. 200 for the repeats. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Number 2, a new rhythm. So once again, we have the same rhythm written out 2 different ways. See if you can pause this and figure out the count before I explain it. That's definitely a good thing to do when we work on this stuff. This way, if you're able to figure out these counts without me explaining it, that definitely shows you know this. Here we go. So, beats or the downbeat of 2 and 3, we're not playing on. So 2 downbeats we're not going to play on this time. Whoops, highlighted too much there. So looking at this, we got your 8th note, and then the 8 tied to the 8th note, which is your quarter note. 8 tied to the 8th note, which is the quarter note, and then 8 and quarter. So 8, quarter note, 8th note, quarter note, 8th note, quarter note, 8th note, quarter note. So the rhythm, you're going to have your 1 and 4. 1 and 4. Down, up, 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 down. Down, up, 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 down. Here we go, 60 beats per minute. 1 and 4. 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 Done. All right, 120. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and 4. 1 and 4. 1 and 4. 180. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. And 240. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. 200 for the repeats. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, number 3, another new rhythm. More work with this open G5 chord. And once again, this is the same rhythm as this one here. So now we have the downbeat of 3 and 4 we're not going to play on. So see if you can figure out the count first before I explain it. And here we go. So we have 1, 2, and 1, 2, and. So comparing the two, got the quarter note, 8th note, 8th note. 8th note tied to an 8th note is a quarter note. 8th note tied to the 8th note is a quarter note, and 8th note, 8th note. So here we go, 60 beats per minute, number 3. 1, 2, and 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 done. 120, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, and 1, 2, and 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. All right, any questions come up, let me know. I'll see you again next week in your new videos.